Hello everyone and welcome to the 16-part tutorial of how to model SentryGun. Okay, so this part is at first a little bit bothering me, but we will try and do this. The thing here is that I somehow made a tweaking issue here, which is grabbing this part and lower it down first. Okay. Now you need to do this accordingly to these size ones also. So you need to bring them down like so. And this one was the center, right? So we need to make sure that everything goes here same way, but not too much, okay? And see, I accidentally grabbed those two. I don't want to touch the circles, I don't want to ruin them, so oops. So this vertex here is also needed to go down some, even more, but be careful with this, okay? And the thing is that those even a little bit more problematic, so grab those and try and bring them down. So basically I'm trying to align this, but you see what's going on here is those little bit get offset, and don't want to ruin this. Okay, so I will undo that and leave this as it is, and let's continue from here. Sorry about it. So the next thing that we are going to do is building up the legs. And the legs are built from three parts that connected to main part here that connected to this part. So it's four parts basically, but we try to create it as one solid object, okay? And there are a few more parts basically that connected to it. So we're gonna grab this thing all over again. Hope you understand this selection method that I show you, and double click on this one, so unselecting this one, and then select it back, and selecting this one, double click on this one, unselecting this one, double click on this one, unselecting this one, selecting this one, and double click on this one, that way. So we're gonna duplicate this. So duplicate face, press F8 3 times, unselect this thing here, and what you want to do is want to bring it up and you want to choose the vertices, only those. See, I'm clicking on one of them and then the other one double clicking on them, so it should select the loop, but again, as the faces we selected, we need to get rid of one of them. So let me undo that and unselecting this one and double click on this one, so it select everything, and I'm gonna scale this up a little bit like so, and then click on this one, double click on this one, and stretch this to the same size, and double click on this one, double click on this one, try to stretch this. You can use the 4-view if you like, and let's do this also here. That way, sorry. Okay, like that. Okay. Now again, try to use the 4-view, but you need to do this one by one, because those two at here at the front are basically on the same line, so it's okay if you grab both of them at the same time and scale them, but you can't grab them with this one, because otherwise it's calculating this distance in between them, and it's just making a differences that you don't want to have. Okay, now the thing is that when you smooth preview this, that this part here, and smooth preview this and grab this thing and modify center pivot for it first, so it will be some kind of a tunnel here, okay, that it goes through it. Okay, so this is why I'm scaling up this pipe. Okay, now I can squeeze it like so, and you can see this, maybe even more, just so you really see this. Okay, so that's fine, and I'm gonna scale it to about so, something like that, maybe like that. Okay, press F8, press 1 to exit the smooth preview mode, and this also, and now I'm gonna bring this up. Now what I want you to do is double click this edge, shift double click this edge, and extrude it once, switch to scale tool, and push them just a little bit so you will have those edges as maintaining one, and extrude once again, switch to scale tool, extrude it once more to the center. Now there is no center because there is it's a little bit with an angle, so this is why it goes like this. So what you want to do in this case is grab the merge vertex tool options, grab the center option, and find this. Let it calculate the the angle by itself. Oops. Okay, like that. Patched, everything is patched, I think. Okay, so now let's press 3 to see this. So it's rounded and we don't need it as rounded. Okay, now there is a problem with this, because if I want it to be a cube, I'll better add edge loops. I could have make it more of like grabbing those, this one and that one, and simply get rid of some of the geometry at the next faces. And apparently I can't do this because I want to maintain topology, and therefore I'm in a little bit of a problem here. Let's see, how can I do this? How can I do this? I can grab these two, sorry, 4, eight, okay, faces, and maybe extrude them just a little bit out, like so, and press F8. So you see, it's getting flat here, and that's fine. And I can also do this for the other side, but because we ain't gonna see the other side, so we don't really care about it right now. Now the next thing is to go over edit mesh. You know what, for the sake of not making any more problems, I will do this. Laziness, bad song. And this too, and extrude them down just a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna add offset edge loop here, relying on this one, and I want this to be like that. Now the other edge loop, offset edge loop, will be next to it, so make sure you do something like that. And gonna add edge loop, offset edge loops like so. I want to make them like so, but it's kind of a problem here because they shouldn't be there. They should be a little bit more of the same size. So maybe I will create edge loops no, they should be the same width, so I'm gonna make them somewhat here, and sorry, and just another one next to them. Okay, so I'm gonna press F8 to bring it back to object mode, choose those 4 faces and extrude them out just like so. Now the problem that I was trying to avoid is that here shouldn't be that high. This should be the same level as this one. Okay, this here should be the same level as this one. But when I connect this thing into here, the problem is that if I will bring this down like so, it won't be that okay. I mean, it should be at the same level like this. Okay, it should be like this, and therefore right now if I want the pipes to be aligned, so I need to bring this down, and it's just a little bit of annoying thing that I didn't thought about, but that's okay, I guess. Everything is okay. So we have this, and the problem right now is with this one. I want to try and insert here in both sides of this thing 2 cylinders, and I want them to get through over here. Okay, and this thing here is a little bit narrow, so I choose vertices and bring them a little bit like so. Press F8 to bring it back to object mode, and this thing maybe will have a rotation later on. Okay, so let's bring this up. Let's see what's going on here. Now I want to add edge, so select this edge, control right click, edge ring utilities to edge ring and split, so it will create and split like this. Grab this edge, press G to repeat the same last function, and cool. Now we're gonna choose this vertex, shift select this vertex, edit mesh, chamfer vertex, and as you already know, it's the same old procedure that we are doing here for quite a bit. Okay, so these two and these two cubes equal cubes. Grab this one, and let's say that this is the cylinder width. Now I want to make sure that this is going to really be the width of this, and this one also same width as this one. And now edit mesh, merge interactive split tool. We're gonna add those, so later on it will be a circle like this, like so, and like this. Then let's grab this vertices, those 4, and expand them like so. Okay, you're gonna have to do this same way. This one is pretty much okay, so I don't need to bring it up. It's better than the other side. I don't know why, but never mind. Let's choose face, grab these 2 faces, and let's extrude them. Switch to move tool, extrude them over here. Same length, by the way. Right click, choose vertices. You can always grab these vertices and pull them together. Right now we're gonna add edge loops, so 1 edge loop here, 1 edge loop here, and one edge loop here. Press F8 to bring it back to object mode. Let's smooth preview this and see what's going on with those cylinders. Okay, so I'm gonna add 2 more edge loops here. Now you see that there is a little bit difference in some points. Some points doesn't have, like here, this point doesn't have much to get closer, so it's already closed. So you wanna do this so it will be sharp. Do this that way, so it will be almost attached. Okay, like so. And oops, press 3. See this, and that's okay. Now the cube here, this part is not really cubic, it's a little bit smoother, so I may want to add 2 edge loops here and here. Okay, press 3. Now it looks better. Okay, don't worry about this part here right now. It's not much of an issue. I'm gonna delete those faces because we don't need them, and there is a few more faces here, so let's delete them also. And you want to grab these edges, shift double click this edge, shift double click this edge, and you want to extrude them out just a little bit so they won't touch each other. Okay, it's very important not to make sure that they are not touching each other. Press F8 to bring it back to object mode, and right now we need to think how to connect this part here to a cube. Okay, the cube should be a cube like this. I'm gonna bring this cube over here, and it should be at the center of this part, so I'm gonna switch to 4 view and to the side view probably. Okay, so this is the height and this is probably the center. Okay, now I'm relying on those cylinders, by the way, so I'm gonna scale this to about so, and press F8 to bring it back to, oh sorry, just switch to perspective view and make it like so. Now if you want to connect this thing, you want to start build some edge loops on top of this cube, but you better do this correctly. So I think that right now I'm gonna pause and stop this video, and I'm gonna make sure that at least for in this stage you are okay with what you've done. Okay, and so also I won't have any issues, because this is pretty much a little bit annoying part going to be, because it's almost to build everything you have here to the other side. So we can basically grab all those faces and duplicate this, okay, and just create a cube from this part instead of a cube with a hole. But I want to try and do this the other way, okay, to actually build it up. So I'm gonna stop here, and if you've done everything until now, like here, just save the file and create another copy, and we will work with this copy, okay, or just create another copy and hide it in somewhere, and later on we will continue with this, okay, at the next part. So thank you for watching, and I hope it was helping, and see you, bye.